Hundreds assisted during a back-to-school giveaway. And in sports, the Golden Girl speaks after her medal-winning performance. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
An alleged smuggling incident turns deadly. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good evening. I'm Jumanita Swain. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news, a search for a better life turned deadly for 17 Haitian migrants who drowned on a capsized vessel 7 miles off New Providence early Sunday. The ordeal is believed to be a smuggling operation gone awry. Authorities are tonight investigating the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. A multi-agency approach has now been activated to assist in search and recovery operations. Those who died include 15 females, 1 male, and an infant. Of the survivors, 25 were rescued and have been turned over to health professionals for processing. The Office of the Prime Minister engaging the media this afternoon during an emergency press briefing to provide details on the incident. Our Desmond Sanders was there.
2 Bahamian males are in custody in connection with that senseless boating tragedy that claimed the lives of 17 Haitian migrants.
They are known to us for various offenses, I would say.
Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernandez says a duo are believed to be captains of that human smuggling operation, those 60 migrants paying $3,000 to $8,000 for freedom.
We are looking at the view, not only the smuggling, but you are looking at manslaughter. You are looking at an unsafe vessel. So we are going deep into this with respect to charges.
The blue twin-engine speedboat left a docking facility off West Bay Street around Sunday at 1 a.m. with 60 persons on board. As investigations are underway, Attorney General and Acting Minister of Health, Honorable Ryan Pinder, says those responsible will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
To the extent that those investigations reveal criminal culpability, there will be no resistance by the government of the Bahamas in bringing the necessary criminal action and criminal enforcement action against those who are deservingly so.
Prime Minister Philip Davis, disturbed over the recent events, expressed condolences to the families of the deceased. Information on the victims still being collected. Davis pledging his government support to clamp down on human smuggling.
Law enforcement officials will update you on the criminal matter as well as other rescue and recovery efforts. However, I would like to convey the condolences of my government and the people of the Bahamas to the families of those who lost their lives in this tragedy.
The 60 migrants were en route to Miami. They were found 7 miles off New Providence 1 a.m. Sunday by Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Force officers. The 25 survivors treated for dehydration and their drowning symptoms at the Princess Margaret Hospital. They are presently housed at the detention center, Carmichael Road.
We were able to see there were 17 persons that were pulled from the waters who are all deceased. In those numbers, there are 16 females, 15 adult females, and 1 toddler, unfortunately, around the age, appeared to be between 4 and 5, and 1 male. We did have an opportunity to isolate them in an external cooler all by themselves, as to ensure that chain of custody and ensure that we're able to work with our partners.
The search continues for the remaining victims at sea. Law enforcement officials now ramping up its surveillance following this ordeal. I'm Desmond Sanders for the Bahamas Tonight.
Meantime, Minister of Labor and Immigration, the Honorable Keith Bell, says he's reached out to Haitian officials to convey condolences for those who perished in that tragedy at sea. We also have reaction tonight from President of the League of Haitian Pastors, Dr. Jean-Paul Charles. He said he's saddened over the senseless tragedy involving his countrymen. Oftentimes, Haitian nationals seek to transit the Bahamas in search of a better life, at times using smugglers to do so. He shared what the League is doing as it looks for ways to assist.
We just want to see the one who needs comfort to go to their house, the immediate family, to get close to them and to pray with them, to offer them any type of help that we can. And in the Haitian League of Pastors, we are working right now because everybody, we didn't know anything until the church finished today after 1 to know what happened. Now we are trying now to see see if we can have an emergency meeting in the Haitian Ambassador to get prepared for how we can offer our help any kind of way. We all suffer in that loss, and I can say my sincere condolences to all of the Haitian national in the Bahamas or in the world.
Also making news tonight, police are investigating the country's latest homicide. Shortly after noon today, a male said to be in his mid-20s was fatally shot at the Esso gas station, Carmichael Road and Faith Avenue, while parked at a gas pump. Criminal Investigation Department Superintendent Michael Johnson provides the details.
The occupant of a sedan vehicle pulled up at this service station. He went on the inside to purchase an item, then he parked on the pump. As he was waiting to get gas, the occupant of a small white vehicle, which we believe is a Japanese model, pulled up. One male exited that vehicle, approached the victim and shot him multiple times. The gunman then got back into that vehicle and proceeded west on Carmichael Road. We're appealing to members of the public who is in this area and who may have seen anything to contact your nearest police station or the crime tipsters or the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9992.
From homicide to inspiration, inmates at the Bahamas Department of Corrections now have 2 upgraded chapels where they can worship. The facilities were rededicated during a ceremony at B-Docks on Friday. One chapel is in the maximum wing, another is in the medium security section. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, encouraging inmates to make use of the facilities, while its commissioner commended the men for the work carried out.
When you go to church, it will open the gates of your mind and free you from the captivity of your mind. And you may well find that when you apply yourself properly, it does have an impact in the quality of your stay here and the quality of how you're assessed by people looking at you.
You know, I visited you all quite often while the week was going on. And I said to you, I said, gentlemen, when you all come out of this institution, you all need to form a company and begin to do work. Because the work that y'all have done, Atlantis don't, listen, anyway, y'all can see for yourself, but it is some good work. And folks, I want you all to hire these people when they come out.
Meantime, former superintendent of the prison, Dr. Ellison Raming, reflecting on the fact that a number of methods have been employed to punish offenders over the years, but crime still persists. He also reminded that inmates are sent to prison as a form of punishment, but not to be punished.
That while many privileges would be taken away from persons they send here, those persons still enjoy certain fundamental rights. You do not lose certain rights when you enter this gate. And some officers believe that. Among these rights are the right to safe, secure housing. Safe, secure housing. Not the Marriott, not the Holiday Inn, not the Ramada, not Atlantis. Safe, secure housing. The right to sunlight, the right to due process, the right to exercise, the right to health services, including mental health services, the right to not be tortured, the right to a decent meal that is well presented.
Now to health, the latest COVID dashboard from the Ministry of Health and Wellness reporting 17 new COVID infections, 11 of those cases here in New Providence, 5 in Grand Bahama and 1 in Abaco. 11 males and 6 females make up the infected. The number of the overall confirmed cases in the country now stands at 36,585, a slight decrease in the number of those patients hospitalized from 53 now to 47. Just 1 patient on the intensive care unit. According to Saturday's dashboard, there were 16 recoveries and there are currently 430 active COVID-19 cases. Well, still to come in the weekend edition, inner city communities treated to a back-to-school event at Windsor Park. Details of that and other stories after the break.
My name is Nalia Duncan Forbes. I work within the healthcare industry and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, what first comes to mind is global pandemic. I do think my experience with COVID-19 would have been different if I was already vaccinated at the time that I had gotten COVID-19. I had moderate symptoms and it was not fun. I wouldn't want it again. That was also a big driving factor in me getting vaccinated. Even though I was the one that was sick when I contracted COVID-19, everyone in my family was worried. I don't like putting my family in a position where they are afraid or scared. I definitely got vaccinated for them. Talk to your healthcare providers and get vaccinated. The time is now.
We, the Bahamian people, were stagnant, subject to British rule, until one glad day, July 10th, 1973, we were free. Forward, upward, onward, and together, the embodiment of the Bahamas. Black for the backbone, the strength of our people. We never falter nor fail. Gold, the bright beaming sun that shines on our Bahama land, lighting the way. Aquamarine, the bold crystal blue waters envelop this great country and give accent to our rich marine life. With its rich history, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas celebrates 49 years of freedom and liberty. On behalf of the Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority, we would like to wish everyone an ecstatic and genuine Independence Day.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Thanks for staying with us. The second annual National Family Week begins on Monday. The initiative is being spearheaded by the nonprofit arm of the National Organization Development Connections International, the Marriage, Children, Family Alliance Movement, or MCFAM. This year's theme, Family Focus, Our Generational Promise, church services, courtesy calls, a family training symposium, and family fun days are lined up over 7 days of events that end on Sunday, the 31st. Vice President of MCFAM, Christine McNor, says the week kicks off the Bahamas' Strong Families Together campaign, which will lead into the Bahamas' 50th independence in 2023. The road to the United Nations International Day of Families and the journey to the achievement of Global Sustainable Development Goals 2030.
In keeping with the mandate of this year's proclamation, which states, and whereas National Family Week is celebrated annually in many countries around the world and provides a space to highlight issues confronting the family and opportunities to strengthen family bonds and capacities, and whereas we are encouraged to strengthen policies, programs, and activities within the government and private sector agencies that support and build the improved inherent functioning of families.
We care enough, and by we, us young people, care enough to do something about, the problems that we're facing. We don't believe that we have to wait to grow up and to become an adult to start solving problems. We believe that it's our turn now.
That's the passionate cry of Beijing Rogers, founder of the nonprofit youth organization It's Our Turn. The organization is looking to bring attention to social ills facing the country and mobilize young persons to action. Crime, poverty, and access to education are some of the areas they hope to spotlight at a silent march planned for Saturday, July 30th. The march begins at 10 a.m. from Arwa Keys parking lot to Rawson Square. Rogers and team are strong advocates of positive change through unity.
We are next. We are now. And we have to alert everyone that if you're not worried, you're not paying attention. And so we believe that this issue can truly be changed through us really, getting back to our Christian values and standing and marching onto God and to glory, because this is a heart issue. If we, change your heart, we can change the Bahamas.
Well, if you passed by Windsor Park yesterday, you would see that it was quite packed with tents and other activities unfolding. Well, it was the first back-to-school outreach for a local organization. Take a look. There was face painting, haircuts, rides, and lots of games spread out across Windsor Park. The event, the first ever hosted by the Children's Bread Outreach Ministry Bahamas branch. It was something that lit up the faces of those in attendance. Organizer Sherilyn Fletcher tells us what it's all about.
We are giving out 1,000 backpacks on today for children in need. The mission is to just give back to the community, put smiles on children's faces. I know what it is. There's a lot of parents that are not able to do it, and so we just want to be a blessing, or be that hands and that feet in the earth for the Lord.
The activities got underway from about 10 Saturday morning. For Fletcher, this was just one way she could give back and give parents a break.
This is the first time I've done an event to this magnitude in the Bahamas. We have free food, popcorn, we have face painting, photo booth, barber, dental screening, bounce house, conch salad, conch fritters, popcorn. We have so many things and so many rides and free games for the children. So it's a day where they don't have to pay anything. Parents can come and relax and allow their children to enjoy everything for free.
And she had a large team on hand with her, ensuring everything went smoothly.
We have about 30 plus volunteers, and I am super excited. It's like wow, it's above and beyond what I've expected. So I'm really, really grateful and thankful to God for allowing me the privilege to be able to be a blessing to people. It's an awesome feeling.
While singing Bishop Lawrence Roll and others supporting the work of the Feeding 5,000 charitable network, who staged a special give back recently, President and CEO of the network, Akesia Smith, thanked her partners from the Bahamas Fire and Light and the Ministry of Education, as well as others, for their support. She also explains the project.
When we decided to do the Community Service Carnival, we just wanted the children to actually experience what it is what we do. And that's when we, on a monthly basis, go out in the communities and offer either hot meals, or we would do food distribution as well.
Anytime you're dealing with the children, you are shaping the future. All is not lost. This is a great, intelligent woman that the Lord raised up, and she came at our church. We was delighted to tell some of our children, those who want to be a part, why not?
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited. If it's healthcare, it's here.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
The ZNS community page now has its own home on Channel 230. Be sure to tune into this channel to see informative notices, funeral announcements, birthday greetings, and much, much more. So watch the ZNS Community Channel today on Cable 230.
I'm so glad you get me out this house. Things been rough since Marvin died from COVID.
You know I have for you. How the children coping?
They all right. They going out with their friends more.
At least they vaccinated, so you know they safe.
Well...
Debbie, you serious? You ain't vaccinate the children after what happened with Marvin and they over 12?
I hear so much things about this COVID vaccine, I know what to think.
Debbie, what you mean? We know they're safe. Just like the other ones we to get. You forget how JJ had COVID plus he got sugar? He only pulled through because of the vaccine.
I will in Keisha, but I scared. I can't lose my children too.
Well, Debbie, this COVID ain't over yet. Please carry the children to one of them government clinic. Y'all go get vaccinated and protect yourself and your family.
Thanks, Keisha. I will make sure my family's safe.
You better. Hey, chef, fix us up. I hungry bad.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by PAHO WHO, Canada, and USAID.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Sunday Sports, everyone. Well, on Friday, Shawnee Miller-Weibo added the 2022 World Athletics 400-meter title to her already impressive resume. The only jewel missing from her 400-meter crown. She serves ahead of the competition in a world-leading time of 49.11 seconds. She spoke to local media about the win.
It's a true blessing to grab up all the titles. I'm really happy with it. I give God thanks and praise for it. We was able to go out there and tick all the boxes for the 400 from World Youth straight up until the seniors. And yeah, I'm very proud of myself. It was a pretty good race. I think everyone brought their A game, and we put on a big crowd. And hopefully we can make a big crowd once again. We solely wanted to focus on the 400. The schedule once again never fits for a 2-4 double. But we went out there and I had fun with the rounds. Don't really like the rounds being so separated, and this is the first time we actually got to try something like that, but it's not my cup of tea. I prefer to go back to back to back, trying to stay in that competition spirit. But yeah, overall, I can't be angry. It was a great performance, and like I said, I'm glad that we were proud once again.
Also in Oregon is Sports Minister Yomo Mario Boag, who offered some high praise to Shawnee for her accomplishments.
It's mind-boggling. There's no words to explain what Shawnee has done here today in this World Championship. She has now finished the last piece of her puzzle, adding to the Junior World Championship, to the Commonwealth Gold Medal Championship, two-time Olympic Championship, and the Diamond League Championship, and now the World Championship gold medal. Shawnee is now considered, in my opinion, and to many others, as the best quarter-miler female in the history of that race. And so, what she has done, not only representation of herself and her family, but also the Bahamas.
Also from the World Championships, Devin Charlton qualifying for the semifinal of the women's 100-meter hurdles. She would finish second in Heat 2 with a time of 12.69 seconds.
Felt really good. I've been here since the 12th and finally getting on the track, so was really getting anxious about it coming down to it. So just happy to get out there and, finally race. It means I'm in shape. Wasn't really pressing, just trying to run a sound, good technical race. And so I think once we start turning up the heat a little bit as we go through the rounds, I think that can only get better.
Well, yesterday, a truly memorable occasion, not only for local softball fans, but for the family of one of the country's most respected clergymen. Softball field at the Southern Recreational Grounds yesterday officially renamed the Archdeacon William Thompson Softball Park, the home of the New Providence Old Timers Softball Association. Organizers said they found it fitting to rename the park after a man whose impact on the Bahamas was so wide-reaching. Among those in attendance to relaunch the new refurbished fields was the nation's chief, Prime Minister Yombo Philip Davis.
I first met him in September 1963. As a little boy, just about 3 years shy from coming out of Cat Island and attending St. John's College on the Hill. And if this moment for me is quite a pleasurable and probably nostalgic and moving moment for me, to be able to rename and to reopen these grounds in the name of Archdeacon Thompson, because he contributed mightily to who I am today as a man, as a person.
Works Minister Yumble Alfred Sayers on some of the new facilities patrons can expect.
Developments include the renovation of the existing restrooms, concession stands, the construction of new bleachers, renovation of the existing softball field with a new irrigation system, resorting of the grass, the installation of a new baseball diamond with appropriate soil mix, a new drainage system, and proper parking on Market Street.
As they went to their final day of practice earlier this week, members of the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association's 2022 Billie Jean King Cup team said they are ready. The team consists of Grand Bahamian player coach Simone Pratt, Sydney Clark, Elena Mackey, and Sierra Rogers.
I feel pretty prepared, being able to play over the years and even playing with some of the girls, my competitors from juniors. So I feel as though we have a great chance, a great shot at taking the title this year. And once we make a plan and work hard, we'll be fine.
Well, this year, this is my first tournament for Billie Jean Cup as the youngest player. I think that this is a real extraordinary opportunity for me. I just want to really learn and grow from this experience. I'm amongst really great tennis players, so I feel like this is going to be a really fun trip, and I want to learn and just grow and move on from there.
And that's when we look at your sports on this Sunday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Nope, I ain't going crazy. I just ain't going nowhere. Street Side Pizza is officially open. I outside waiting till they come back in the morning. I ain't going nowhere. The authentic Italian pizza location. Street Side Pizza located East Bay Street.
Another hot Sunday on the outdoors today, but it's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. We are currently under cloudy skies, temperature at 88 degrees, the relative humidity 65%. We have easterly winds at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,018.7 millibars, that is 30.07 inches, and the pressure is falling. Temperatures around the islands this evening, 86 degrees in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Green Cove, Key, and Freeport in Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands, 88. 86 in Allenstown, Bimini. Harbor Island, 86 as well. We pick up another 86 in Roxanne, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, Camp Space, Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros at 87 degrees. 86 degrees in Allenstown, Cadalum, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown, Exuma. 87s in Ryegate Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 86, Acklands, Matutani, Nagua, 86, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, they have some heavy cloud cover there with a temperature of 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight through Monday in the northwestern islands. Easterly winds at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop in place. So caution flags up for boaters in the northwest Bahamas. Low tide, that will occur at 34 minutes past midnight. High tide taking place at 6:15 tomorrow morning. In the central and southeastern islands, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, very rough seas at 4 to 7 feet, with caution flags holding for the central and southeastern islands through Monday. And in the tropics, nothing again to talk about. We have a couple of tropical waves, but they continue to struggle as those strong upper-level winds, coupled with the Sahara dust, continue to suppress development. Satellite picture showing some troughing over the northwest Bahamas, and that will trigger pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of days, taking us into about Tuesday afternoon thereabout before we start to see some clearing. Our forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, a bit on the warm side with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be a bit breezy with periods of clouds and sunshine, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High temperature tomorrow, 88 degrees. Extended weather forecast, showers in the afternoon, both on Monday and Tuesday. But by late Tuesday afternoon, we'll see some clearing, and we'll have mostly sunny conditions as we head into the middle part of next week. Juanita.
Thanks, Basil. And that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.